Alright, so I figured I haven't done patch note reviews. I should have done it 2 days ago when the patch came out, but I've been pretty busy. But I'm really trying to make it now. I have midterms coming up next week, so get try to speed run this a little bit. Try to get you like all the important stuff, I guess. Okay. So first, Deso got nerfed. The item is pretty overstated, and trying to bring it down with the other items to make it like more in competition with Divine and Spear. So they nerfed like the cooldown reduction from when you get like a kill and assist from the ultimate from 8 to 6, so it's pretty good. And Sal shifters both really needed nerfs. They're really strong. You could basically just build them every game. Like any god that isn't like an auto attacker like Kali or Baka or Arachne, even then you can build it if you want, but it's not that good. You just build shifters and Sal without even thinking about it, which is not how you want items like this to exist. You want them to be like a trade-off. You have to think about it. So they nerfed the power from 60-50 and 100 more gold. That's a pretty good nerf thing. Might still need another one in the future, but that's like a good start. Shifters is a pretty good nerf as well. They just decrease the physical power 35 to 30. That's good enough. I don't know if they need more on that. They might, but I think this is a good start for this is a good start in general. Roomba's got nerfed. I don't know if it needed that big of a nerf. It's not. It's still definitely good though. They removed the 10% pen and they reduced the cooldown from 20 to 10. This one's irrelevant actually because I swear you always just have max cooldown. If you're playing a god that build Roomba's hammer, you're gonna end up having cooldown. I feel like in your build, like Red Pod gives you 10 already, so you'd end up with Roombas and Red Pod you'd already have 30, and it's like, well, I'm overcapping if I have Erendite, I'm full cooldown, Hydra's full cooldown, Jotuns, I'm overcapping, and it's really hard to not have full cooldown. So this is fine actually. This is not that big of a deal. I would still buy it if you're playing Tsukiyomi. Definitely want to buy this. If you're playing gods like Athena, I mean any Guardian really probably still buy this, except TB maybe you can buy out of the jungle. They're nerfing Gilgamesh, which is weird because I didn't even know if he's that good, but they increase base take damage uh, from 3.5 to 3 and decrease physical power from 65 to 50. It's like, I don't know if they needed to do this. Like, I don't know if they needed to nerf him. It didn't, like, I played against him in casual. He didn't really look that strong, but maybe I've been, maybe not playing good Gilgameshes. Tiamat nerf. I mean, Tiamat has been, like, pretty high big bang percentage in SPL. I think it's, like, high, really, really high. Like I think she's like 100% pick ban rate. I just don't know how many times she's actually been picked. He, her stats. Yeah, okay. I almost forgot, but I don't know how good it is. Like the god is, but I mean, a nerf is fine because I think she is really hard to play against. I feel like the most annoying part in her kit for me is the minions. The fact that split pushing is see, that's not even split pushing. It's just like so annoying to deal with having to deal with those minions all the time. It's like the most annoying thing about it. But I mean, that nerf's okay. I don't even know. That god is so hard to nerf because of how complex her kit is, to be honest. Tsukiyomi nerfed. I actually would have liked to see them nerf Tsukiyomi's 1 or the 3. I feel like the ult is like the only way you can really play him full assassin if you have this damage mitigation so you can actually use your ult properly when people engage on you. Now if people engage on you, you start ulting, 20% damage mitigation is actually nothing. Like for late game, like I will just hit the Tsukiyomi and not carry. Usually at the start it was like 50, I think. I was like, oh, you gotta be careful about that. Like, that's too much. And then now it's 20. I feel like that might be really annoying. And the dash damage, so 20% scaling on the dash damage is like obviously 5 times 4. That's fine. I don't care about that much. Damage mitigation might be really hard to like actually. If you just engage on him now by with everyone because he has no like immediate escape or immediate CC to like back out or like disengage him, he might just get. It might be a big nerf for Tsukiyomi jungle. Still good for solo though. Like he's still gonna be good for solo. Guan nerf. That's a pretty big Guan nerf. They basically took a full rank of his ult. If you look here, 205 and 175. The rank 4 used to be 175, so they took a full rank off his ult, which is kind of insane. The early game is still around the same, but yeah, I don't even think one ult late game was that good as much as it is like mid game, like at this stage. Well, I mean, he didn't nerf, but I think he's just strong because like at the end of the day, he's a healer, and having any sort of sustain just makes you so much better as a character. But is he still good? Yeah, but is he first pick? No, no way. I don't think the god was first pick already, honestly. With the changes to healing and stuff this season. Paul got triple nerfed, which is kind of crazy. Increasing mana on the ult, which is just annoying to deal with. I don't really know why they did that. then the decreased movement speed debuff on this three is like, well, this whatever. You kind of barely felt it, but you when you felt it, it felt really nice. But it's not something you thought about all the time. And if you the tags, okay. I mean, like the nerfs are weird. They're not like direct nerfs. Like they're not like, oh, like less damage on the ult or the one, or like basic attack damage or attack speed. It's just like random nerfs that they feel like might make him more balanced, which is fine. Athena nerf kind of sad. Athena was meta for like 1 week and now she's getting nerfed in SPL. But they're just nerfing the taunt damage and the taunt duration because I mean the ability is kind of bloated at this point, I guess, when they give it a damage. So they're trying to like bring it back a little bit to be in line with other abilities that has CC is my guess. Honor has been pretty very contested in SPL and dueling, but in my opinion, I think it's just because he gets pressure. And Honor has always been a really strong character in my opinion, and it's surprised people weren't playing him. Like when Dodge was playing him, we were like, this god is good, and then he got buffed last year as well. I always thought the god was good, but people didn't play him for whatever reason. So because they're like, oh, he's so easy to kill. Then they buffed his jump, and people still weren't playing him as much. Like you just pick him every game with that jump. But yeah. So yeah, they reduced the scaling on his two, and the base damage on his ult, which is okay. Like I mean, this is still not like just 30 damage at rank one, 30 damage at last rank. It's not that big of a deal. He's still a pretty strong character. He still has so much pressure in lane. Just has so much solo kill potential. So set nerf, I'd like set nerf because I think the god is pretty. It's very brain dead a little bit. Like it's really easy to play like well enough that I think he needed a nerf. I don't mind it. This was always weird that he had that, but yeah, it goes from 15% 10% like assist 3 had damage reduction on it, physical damage reduction only, just so you know. So and skewer damage, I like this. I don't want his skewer to do too much damage because he's like kind of an auto attacker. I don't want his ability to do too much damage as well. So big nerf. It's kind of weird. Don't think the god is like OP. People in SPL think he's OP. Like he's been getting pretty like banned very consistently in SPL, which is I don't know why. He's very strong, but he's just not OP. But sure, nerf cooldown is one. I doubt anyone's gonna really feel that. And that patch is coming out on May 4, which is in like 3 days for them doing this, so pretty soon. Also, obviously, you can also check the skins and all you want. But this is the big patch. There's all bigs and fixes, bugs, bug fixes. I decrease movement speed from wind demon. I actually like this because okay, I don't know about this. I kind of would have rather they don't touch the attack speed, but I really hated playing against hunters who like zooming, like backpedaling and zooming and stuff. So I like this nerf. This is probably the most exciting nerf in or like change in the whole patch, which is Shell is getting changed. Now the block stacks are gone, thank God, and you can actually play gods like Pele and Daji and Merc and like Baka and Kali and not absolutely hate your life because now they both the gods will take 50% less damage until the shield is gone. So it's like old Shell kinda for duration, like a small duration now until the shield is gone, not like before it used to be like for a flat duration. So now they might need to like nerf some gods now, like auto attackers or Pele and stuff like that to try and adjust for that. But I think it's around about time that some of these gods can be played more consistently without having to worry about every carry getting shell and just absolutely not being able to play the game. Pele will get a lot better now. That's my guess. Like Pele's so much pressure early game. She has such a cool kid as well that I'm so glad that she's being to be played a lot more. That's a pretty big buff for alternate time. Like 45 to 70 power, that's 25 extra power just because they felt like the item wasn't that good. I mean, idea of it is good, but I still don't think it works. Like so rare that you end up like clutching it with this item. I think maybe if you could move a little bit while you're respawning, like for a second, so you could have like some positional advantage or like juke a little bit, maybe hide behind your team. It would make it good, but oh well, I don't know. It's gonna be hard. Um, They're just changing some magical starter items, and starter items in general, really. They're giving the Arcade 200 mana, and they're giving Gem of Focus 10 more power. They're just trying to balance everything together, like make sure all these starter items for the mages kind of align on how strong they are, so people have more options instead of just building the same stuff every game. Boomba Spear. Okay, let's see this one. I didn't see. So we added 10% cooldown and moved 200 mana. Passive now provides a 10% power buff for 10-second duration after camp structure. I don't think that's that good. So I mean, I would literally only buy this item, like I said on stream, if I am trying to burst an objective and I'm playing like a god that's bad at it, like I'm playing like Suket, I would maybe buy this item just so I have better FG clear if I don't have a hunter, like if I have a hunter like Uller or like Knee that's not really good at DPSing fire. But I think I would never buy this right now in its current state. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone's gonna prove me wrong and this item is like OP for some reason. But don't think it's very good. Mannequin Blade. Remove basic attack power. Oh, now provides 60 physical power. Oh, okay. Increase bonus damage on the passive from 15% of the target. It's gonna health to 20. Okay, that's a pretty. That's actually a very big buff, huh? The blade. Mannequin Hidden Blade. So now the like after you use it, the ability you use will do 20% more damage, like 20% of the coin HP instead of 15. That's obviously above. And then it used to have like basic attack power, and now it'll just be like just flat out power instead. So it would work on like you just work on abilities as well. There's like basic attack, like the conversion from physical power to basic attack power is exactly the same. It's like 100%. So there's just a straight up buff really. So that's good. Because people don't really buy mannequins, so you want to get give incentive to people to like try to invest in this item to have a really good late game. That's kind of the whole point of this mannequin tree. Save the jungle. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what this even does. It's probably has something. Oh, it's like the you see warriors after clearing a buff or something. Increase attack speed 15 to 30. That's a holy shit. That's a big attack speed buff. Yes, I think it was after you clear a camp, you can see wards for 10 seconds. Now it's 15. I still just don't know when I would build this. Maybe if I'm playing like, maybe I really have to flank. But the problem is like if I could sell and upgrade my starters, like if I could buy Protect of the Jungle, I'm like okay, I really want Seer of the Jungle for this for this fighter on fire. I feel like I'm want to sneak behind. But if I buy this, I'm committing and it's just really hard to justify it for like very situational item. I'm gonna try to build these niche items more though. Seer of the Jungle and Brimba Spear. And try to see if I can make them work. Because they're kind of fun items. Warrior's Axe is getting a change. I don't even know if it's a buff or a nerf. The health steal is the increase and the cooldown is the. Oh, so it's just a straight up buff. They tried to buff it for solo because they nerfed it for mid laners and mages. They're trying to buff it for solo. That's completely fine. And they tried to buff Warding Sigil because I think Bluestone got buffed last patch and then there was like more Bluestone's favors and trying to bring them all together again. Benevolence nerf, right? Yeah, Benevolent stuff because they were used to good. Everyone was just buying Benevolent. Like I think started. Wait, what is it called? Sentinel's Gift was kind of like not bought as much anymore. It's trying to they're just basically Hires just trying to make everything even, so you have more options when you're buying. So they're buffing Compassion and then Sentinel's Boon. Okay, let's see this item. Increase health and mana with the passive 3 to 4% per assist. I still think the other Sentinel Embrace, right, is so much better still. I still think benevolence is best. Just I think it's very forgiving for the like having benevolence to be honest. So I think that's just the best. Switch supports playstyle a lot more than anything else. But this is good as well if you're playing a god like Sylvanas, I would say, or like Kepri. Not this Sentinel's Embrace. Karen's going buffed. I was gonna say he's getting nerfed, but no, pretty good. He's getting buffed. No one really buys this item that much. I think Big Man loves this item. But I think most of the time people just buy Shard. So coin is it's pretty cheap to be honest. Like 2.4k, it gives a lot of power. So like it's a pretty good item. It's just like Shard has that added like pen effect. So it depends on the character you're playing. It might be better. But I think the coin is a very solid item. You can buy whenever you want pen really. Damn, Book of Thunder is getting buffed, huh? So that's obviously first of all it's a Kulkan buff, probably a Baba Yaga buff as well because she can build Book of Thunder pretty easily. And then after that, it's kinda just whatever. Like so you can build it if you want. I might need to do the math on how much power this actually gives, like the mana contribution or whatever, how much it would end up being. But maybe this item is being slept on. Who knows? It's definitely just a straight up buff to Kukulkan and Baba because they both build this item pretty consistently. Oh, this is pretty random, but I don't know why it's there, but I mean, I'll take it. Giving lifesteal to Spear of Magus, just a little bit more incentive to build this item over death, so that's basically it, really. If it's like, huh, I could use some lifesteal, sure. But I think most of the time, Divine is still the number one, just because you have to build it. It's not even because it's better, it's just because most of the time you have to build Divine, so it'll be like tier 1 Divine, then tier 2 and 3 is Magus and Death, so contesting. Even though they're better items than Divine, it's just they're less necessary. That's probably a nerf, right? Yeah. Revenue was being built a lot in solo. Like people just build it like third item like every game after the buff they gave to it. I don't even know. I mean, the item was good because it was pretty well statted, I would say. So now they're just changing that. They're reducing the HP by 50 and reducing the time that he'll take. Wait, this is a buff then, right? It's a buff to this and a nerf to this. Okay, so it's actually a. I would say this is a buff overall. 50, like the heal is so much faster now, literally half the time. I'd say this is a change. I guess I wouldn't say it's a buff or a nerf. I'd say more of a buff than a nerf, but it's a pretty good change. Ooh, they're buffing Stone of Foul. Okay, I feel like people should try AO solo more with Stone of Foul, but I feel like AO should be really good with Vampiric Shroud as well. I'm surprised people aren't playing it more. Because he heals from Vampiric Shroud and he heals from his passive. Surely that adds up. Then you like probably go like Stone of Foul on him, maybe go Witchblade at some point because it's a pretty good item. I feel like he definitely has some merit to be played more. Maybe people should like look into that a little bit more. A Persephone viewer. Okay, I probably shouldn't really comment on this that much because I literally know nothing about Persephone. Like, I mean, I know Persephone, but like I haven't seen the new changes. But her passive was just really annoying to play against, so I understand why they're trying to change it. And like they change her one as well with the way it works, like the ability. So I don't know. I personally wouldn't even comment on it because I will be basically just talking nonsense because I haven't actually looked at the changes. So maybe I should have before this. I kind of forgot that she got changed to be honest. So oops, oops. The nerfing Gilgamesh again. He's getting double nerfed in both patches. And Tiamat, okay, so what I don't understand, why don't they just do them in the same patch? Like, why do them in two different patches if you're just gonna nerf them? I guess they're gonna see how it is, but then I feel like they've already committed to doing this change. It's just weird. So this is his dropkick obviously is like the two I think is what it is. So reducing the stun duration and then reducing the one damage. I don't know why. I don't feel like the gun isn't that good. Like maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen him like pop off that hard in any of my games. I think his I mean his what like the steroid he has is really strong, which is why I think he's gonna always be good character. But I don't know. They're nerfing his like base base abilities too much. But maybe I'm wrong. Decrease lifetime of the deployable from holy shit. That's a big nerf. Okay. I don't know. Is Tiamat even that OP as well? Okay, Tiamat is really annoying to play against, like I said, but I don't know if she's actually broken. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I need to play more against these characters because like I haven't played against Tiamat that much. Even in ranked, people just ban it all the time, and Gilgamesh is like more in casuals obviously, and I don't play that much casuals. So maybe I haven't seen the true strength of the character. Like if maybe if he's open in ranked and play against good solo laners and they'll start dominating with him, that might be the thing. Alright, so they're buffing. Okay, this is probably like this just buffs him in solo, I feel, more than jungle, this Blackhead change. Like, more healing. Wait, reduce the mana and mana regen. Okay, it's just kind of. Honestly, don't care about this buff. Like, it's a buff overall, two buffs, but like it doesn't affect jungle almost at all. Like, sure, mana regen is nice though. So this ability just heals my mana. Okay, this is just weird. Like, this ability literally just heals my mana. So it costs 40 mana and then it restores 60 to 80. So I mean, okay, that's nice. It's very very weird, very random. And didn't expect Baka to get buffed, but it's a weird way to like try to buff him because obviously you don't want to make the god better at killing people because he's very good at that already. So I understand that. Bellona buff finally. Bellona. I wish Bellona was more OP. Bellona is such a fun character to play. It's not fun to play against, but it's a very fun character to play. The only problem with Bellona is her cooldowns are fucking long. I think if they reduce the cooldown on her 1 or 3, just one of them, she might be played a lot more. But anyways, they increase the spin damage, so it's like the initial part of the 2. So that's good. And they increase its gun from 1 to 1.25. That's nice as well. I mean, just 2 straight up buffs, not much to like talk about, just better ability overall. Oh, okay, that's a big buff because you get interrupted a lot with those abilities. So now you don't have to worry about that. So now Now this god is so hard to gank if you even if you have like a knock up, you can really interrupt his three. It's a very fast like not like charge as well, like, as in like it instant knocks you up, knocks you back. It's one of the better shit dashes in the game, if that makes sense. You know, like what I mean by shit is like interruptible dashes. His one is actually very useful and good. And also auto attack while using it, so I like this buff. Oh, Dashi buff? Dashi buff? Oh boy, they're buffing Dashi's 2 again? Dude, they gotta chill. Her 2 keeps getting buffed now. It's actually like gonna get into OP territory soon. Not right now, but eventually. So her 2 does 120 damage, and then they buffed her 3 base damage as well. So they just buffed her. They just give her like 30 damage at level 2, for example, like straight up. It's not gonna make her OP though, but it's a pretty good buff. Also, just keep in mind that with the shell change, or like nerf, I would say, in general, then this is like a double buff, you know. So expect a lot more dodge in your game. So be careful with the sets that you're picking, the Erlings, the Terras, you know, Ganesh, blah blah blah. You got a lot of characters you gotta watch out when you're picking now because Daji's just really good into them. But Daji's definitely underplayed, by the way. That god is super fucking broken, honestly. Like, not broken, but like, she's a god that, let's say, like, I'm playing against, let's say, Twig, for example, and I know he plays Daji. If I'm ever in picks and bans, I'm like, oh, what if they pick Daji here? Is our comp fucked? And you just end up banning it like fourth or fifth every time because the god could just win you the picks and bans, you know. So something you have to keep in mind now when you're playing ranked is like, can they pick Dashi? Like you have like Poseidon, Erlang, you know, and then they just pick Dashi. Like I feel like it's so hard to play around mid, you know. Fafnir, but Fafnir hasn't been really been meta in so long, so this is kind of nice to see. He's a very skillful character. He's really hard, annoying to play against because he's super hard to kill because he's like Unity frames on his jump. You know, he's pretty tanky because of his passive as well. So the decreasing the cooldown on his 3. Wait, this is his 3. This is his 2, right? Pure strength. Yeah, I think that's his 2. Decrease the cooldown on his 2, so that's nice. And decrease the cooldown on his 3. That's such an insane, like that's a good buff because that ability was super long cooldown. 15 seconds, you're definitely gonna feel that because especially you have the ability twice, you know, in his normal form and his old form, like dragon form. So this is like a double buff as well. Well, I guess it's a pretty big buff. I expect a lot more Fafnir. I expect Mike especially to be picking because he loves playing Fafnir. Panther's got to be played a lot more. Though is probably very happy with this buff. He's power killing on the 2 because honestly, Harris killing was never really that good. It was just like a lot of good groups got a lot of pen to try and one shot the carries. And increase health shield. I don't like this. Wait, increase health shield from 50 to 70, but then it goes down to 230 here. But then increase health shield from 15 to 17 times Harris level. Okay, so this should explain how much it is. Total shields are 65 to 550 versus 87 to 550. Okay, so 570, I mean. So it's a buff, but it's not that big of it. It's just 20 HP, basically, without thinking too much about it. It's just 20 more HP late game. It's nothing, and like 12 more HP early game. I mean, it could save you. I've seen people live with 1 HP before and like 5 HP, so it's definitely a buff, but it's not nothing like, oh my god, Harry's OP now. Why? Why is Kukulkan getting nerfed? Like, I'm so confused. He was picked like twice in SPL, wasn't he? Like, why is he getting nerfed? I'm so confused. I mean, I don't care. I don't like playing against him, but increase the cooldown from. Oh wait, he's getting buffed. Never mind. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I don't know why I thought he's getting nerfed. I just assumed because he got played in SPL that he's getting nerfed, but he's actually getting buffed. His twos can go from 15 to 13. Never mind. Ignore me. I started panicking for no reason. Increase healing debuff from 3 to 4 seconds. Increase cooldown. That's just making her 3 better. That's good. Bruce is a very aggressive god, and she should be really good aggressively. Like if you're getting to dash in, you should be rewarded. You know. Another Mulan buff. Damn. Okay, so increase the buff duration, like the attack speed buff is my guess. Yeah, from 4 to 6 after you use your 1. And they're just increasing the buffs you get after using the ability, even though I think they're pretty underwhelming. Like, I think the only buff that would make this character like playable or like a popular pick is if they change her 3, just make it more like Naja Sash, and should be so much better. It's just so hard to hit that ability because I don't know, it just sucks. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching me rant about this patch. Sorry, everything's a bit messy right now. Try to clean up. Hopefully, after my midterms, everything will be a lot easier until my finals. Then I'll be panicking again. But for now, appreciate anyone who is still watching this video. Holy shit. Thank you. It's kind of crazy that you watched me for this long, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna call it now. Hopefully, it wasn't as long as my usual patch notes, but I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.